Sir, here is your tea. Here is your tea with sugar. Then number 4 tea with sugar. Number 5 tea with sugar. And number 6 tea without sugar. And sir, this is your tea. Now I have to go there and then give it to...
Hey Raju,
Yes, sir.
what is this?
What, sir?
It's a 4-inch glass, tea less by an inch, and no sugar at all. Listen, buddy, I come to work and leave office on time, and I don't waste my time at all. Then why do this to me?
Sorry, sir. It's my fault. Ghosh Babu's tea without sugar, I've given it to you.
You give tea without sugar and less tea. I got my salary and I'm paid less, and my wife takes it out on me.
Hey, come on, here's your tea, take it. What's the matter, buddy? Why are you so tense up from the morning, huh?
No, Ghosh Babu, it's not like that. My wife is aware that I've got a raise this month, and she planned for shopping. I open my envelope and my salary is cut. My wife thinks I've hidden the money. I couldn't sleep the whole night.
You see, that's the case with all of us. Listen to this. My son worked for a big company as a contractor for them. It was a contract for 2 lakhs, you know. And at the time of payment, 2,000 rupees was deducted.
Hey Ghosh Babu, one of my fixed deposits matured yesterday, but the bank has deducted 10% and then credited my account. I need to go and clarify this tomorrow.
No wonder am I forced to think. My tenant, after taking the new contract, deducted 10% from this month's rent, citing it was for tax. When I asked him, he said it was tedious.
What else can I say, buddy? With our meager paychecks, it is difficult to run a household. That's why we need to work as a broker here and there. Listen to this. 2 days back, a company, while paying commission, has deducted 10% TDS.
Wait. It's really surprising. For Ramesh, the bank has deducted 10% as TDS on interest paid, and the same bank for my fixed deposit has deducted 20% from me. I don't understand.
What is this, yaar? If it goes on like this, I'll have to perish and God will strike out my name too.
Hey, it's not like that. My pay too has been cut for years.
Okay, tell me something. What's all this about deduction from our salaries?
This is income tax law. Based on your annual income, an average yearly tax is calculated and deducted from your monthly pay.
But TDS hasn't been deducted till now.
Because your income was below the taxable limit till now. You see, those of you who have salary income above the minimum taxable limit, income tax is deducted on their incomes according to IT Act Section 192A. Since your pay has increased now, your yearly income will exceed minimum taxable limit. That's why tax has been deducted on your extra income. It's not just that. As per Section 192(1)A, other tax benefits that are available to an employee, tax can be deducted on such benefits too, if the employer has not paid tax for such benefits. When an employee is working with more than one employer simultaneously or has changed employment from one employer to another during the relevant financial year, the employer will deduct tax on considering the aggregate salary from all sources and tax deducted thereon, if any. If any employee reports his other incomes too to his company, then the company adds those incomes too to his salary and is liable to deduct TDS on the total amount. Remember, apart from loss on house property, no other loss will be taken into account for tax calculation. As per Section 89, if an employee wants relief, then bearing this in mind, TDS is deducted. If TDS deducted from the salary is more or less, then within that financial year, the amount will be adjusted in any one of the month's salary.
We should have been informed, right? Unnecessary problems at home.
Definitely you will be informed. Any person or institution deducting TDS from you at source will issue a TDS certificate to you. All the details in the TDS certificate should be filled in your tax returns. and then on your tax liability, this amount will be adjusted. Please write the 10-digit TAN number legibly at the appropriate place. Every deductor is required to obtain a unique identification number called TAN number, which is a 10-digit alphanumeric number. For TAN, please apply in Form 49B.
On the pretext of TDS, what if more money is deducted?
No, listen. In such a case, if your tax liability is lesser than the TDS deducted, then the income tax department will return the extra tax deducted to you with interest. If you want to know whether the TDS amount has been remitted, you may verify by visiting the income tax website in every 3 months.
Various facilities relating to TDS are available on portal Traces of the Income Tax Department. To avail the facilities of this portal, one has to register on the site www.tin-nsdl.com or www.tdscpc.gov.in. After that, the user can log into the portal and avail the various facilities. It is mandatory for government offices, companies, and such individuals whose accounts are required to be audited as per provisions of Section 44AB and those having more than 20 employees from whom tax is deductible to file TDS statements. Deductor can avail various facilities like viewing Challan, TDS or TCS credit, Form 16 or 16A, 27D, 16B, justification report, online correction, etc. using this portal. Taxpayers can log on to this portal and obtain information like TDS or TCS deposited by deductor, advance tax, self-assessment tax, refund, and other relevant information. Accounts officer can register on to this portal and view specific TAN statements and can obtain information about DDOs from dashboard facility provided therein.
In fact, as per Income Tax Act, for different incomes, specific rates of TDS are deducted by the payer. In cases when tax is not to be deducted or a lesser tax rate has to be applied, then you must apply to the concerned department. Or else, in case of certain incomes, you may submit Form 15G or H to the payer.
What is that?
If you feel and you can prove rightfully that TDS deductions will be more than your tax liability, then you may, as per Section 197 in Form 13, you can apply to your income tax officer.
Okay, these forms 15G and 15H, what are those?
You see, if your annual income is below minimum taxable limit, then for TDS not to be deducted is 15G form. Or if you are a senior citizen, then it is Form 15H, which you can submit to those who are making the payment to you.
Okay, tell me something. On a same nature or a type of payment, do different TDS rates apply?
No. It's not like that. You see, on different payments, different TDS rates are applied. But for a single type of payment, only a fixed TDS rate is applicable.
If that is true, then why did Ramesh's bank deduct 10% and my bank 20%?
Do you have a PAN?
No, I don't have a PAN because there is no necessity for it. Moreover, I don't have a yearly income of more than 1 lakh, so my uncle said that for such a meager income, PAN is not required.
Listen, as per Income Tax Section 206AA, if you don't have a PAN, then a higher rate of TDS will be deducted. On a specific type of payment, according to law, a specific rate applicable at that time or 20%. Whichever rate is higher would be applicable for TDS deduction. Since you don't have a PAN, a 20% TDS has been deducted from you.
If you receive any money, is TDS applicable for that too?
If someone gives a sum more than Rs 30,000 in a financial year, then TDS is deducted at 10%. You want to know how I am benefited? My advance tax gets reduced to that extent. The result? The entire year I am relaxed and I am absolutely happy.
Wow.
Not just salary, but also on various types of payments and credits, TDS is deducted. Government of India and the states' promissory notes, schemes and bonds issued by them are exempt from any taxes in comparison to other instruments that are taxable at 10% for TDS. Individual or an HUF apart, if anyone earns interest on assets more than the prescribed amount, then 10% TDS is deducted as per the provisions. Interest limit for banks is 10,000 rupees and in other sectors it is 5,000 rupees.
An individual or an HUF whose yearly transaction is more than rupees 1 crore should also deduct TDS and pay interest on it.
But if the interest to be paid is an individual or an institution falling under this category, then TDS need not be deducted. Lottery or crossword puzzles generating income more than rupees 10,000, then 30% TDS is deducted as per the provisions. In case lottery winnings are wholly in kind or partly in cash and partly in kind, the deductor, before releasing the winnings, shall ensure that tax has been paid in respect of the winnings.
For horse racing or gambling, incomes exceeding rupees 10,000, then TDS is deducted at the rate of 30% as per provisions. An individual or HUF whose annual business turnover is more than 1 crore rupees or any other individual or enterprise paying a contractor a one-time payment of more than 30,000 rupees or annual payment of more than 1 lakh rupees, then a specified rate of TDS is deducted as per provisions.
If the contractor is an individual or an HUF, then TDS is deducted at 1% and in other cases at 2%. Any transporter who has PAN, then during transportation payment, TDS will not be deducted. In cases like these, the individual paying the transportation charges should, in the prescribed form within the prescribed time, give full details of the transporter to the income tax officer. Another important point is that advertising, broadcasting and publicity, catering, carriage of goods or passengers by any mode of transport other than railways are also included in this category.
For insurance commission exceeding 15,000 rupees per annum, TDS is deducted at the rate of 5%. If any payment is made to a non-resident sports person, TDS is deductible at the rate of 20%. If National Savings Scheme income exceeds 2,500 rupees per annum, TDS is deducted at the rate of 10%.
For repurchase of mutual funds from Unit Trust of India, TDS is deducted at 20%.
Lottery ticket agents, while paying commissions or any other payments in excess of 15,000 rupees, should deduct TDS at the rate of 5%. Any individual or HUF whose annual business turnover is more than 1 crore rupees or any other individual or an institution if in the same financial year in the form of brokerage or commission pays more than 15,000 rupees, then he has to deduct TDS at the rate of 5% and pay the balance amount.
But in the case of BSNL or MTNL's PCO franchisees, TDS will not be deducted.
Any individual or HUF whose annual business turnover is more than 1 crore rupees or any enterprise that pays an annual rent of more than 1.8 lakh rupees, then on this rent, TDS is deducted at the rate of 10% as per provision.
If this rent is paid for any machinery, then TDS is deducted at 2%.
If you are purchasing immovable property other than agricultural land and the consideration is rupees 50 lakhs or above, the purchaser is to deduct TDS under section 194IA of Income Tax Act at 1% on purchase value. The amount of TDS deducted will be deposited within 30 days from the end of the month in Form 26QB through electronic payment. The purchaser or deductor does not need to have TAN. Deductor will issue TDS certificate in Form 16B within 15 days from the due date of furnishing Form 26QB. Any individual or HUF whose annual turnover is more than 1 crore rupees or any other person in the same financial year pays more than 30,000 rupees for professional or technical services, then TDS will be deducted at the rate of 10%.
If anyone is paid a royalty of more than 30,000 rupees a year, then 10% TDS is deducted as per provision.
If the compensation or enhanced compensation for compulsory acquisition of any immovable property other than agricultural land exceeds 2.5 lakh rupees, then TDS to be made at the rate of 10% of such payment.
Remember one more point. Tax is not deducted just while making a payment. Sometimes it happens that while receiving payments, tax is deducted.
Okay, what is this all about? Please tell me in detail, sir.
Income Tax Act, Section 206C says, if for commercial purposes, you procure any forest produce, for example, such as wood, honey, leaves for rolling beedies,
Jewelry or car,
or any mineral or scrap. When you purchase them, the payments made by you for these are tax deducted at specific rates by the seller and deposited in government tax account. What, sir? Do you consume any intoxicants?
Why? Are these two also taxed, sir?
No, not for you, not for you.
Thank God.
Commercially, alcohol purchased for human consumption, money paid for such procurement is liable for tax as per law.
You see, this black color, make it a little lighter and then bring it slightly top. And this table.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sit down, sit down. Listen, what you do is, as early as possible, do it. Okay? Please do.
Yes, tell me, why did you send for me?
There is a problem, and the problem has to be solved by you. It's 7th tomorrow. It's the last date for remitting TDS. Here, my accountant is down with fever. Tell me, what shall I do?
You see, as per the Income Tax Section 2011A, if you don't remit the TDS amount within the due date, you will have to pay an interest of 1.5% monthly.
Okay.
And not just that, as per Section 221, penalty will also be levied. Now, Income Tax Office has provided online facilities for TDS remittance.
Oh.
And not just that, you also have facility for online quarterly statement submission. Listen, digital signature facility allows you to sit at home and electronically file your statements. Otherwise, prepare your statement and with the help of TIN FC, you can file your statement. While making e-payments, clearly mention the TAN, assessment year and nature of payment. Challan 281 In Challan 281, remit TDS or TCS, and for various kinds of TDS also use separate challans. Decide the applicable form number and the type of statement. While writing details about deduction, TAN, assessment year, status, and name and address should be necessarily filled in. While writing deductee details, the challan, serial number, and correct PAN number is to be mentioned correctly. TDS or TCS statements to be validated. Then you may log online and challan status and statement status can be seen.
Sir,
Tell me.
tomorrow is 7th. Last month, the TDS amounts deducted on payments made has to be deposited by tomorrow.
I've gone through the accounts that you have sent. I need 50 lakh rupees by tomorrow for our TDS remittance. To arrange that kind of money by tomorrow is out of question.
But sir, this is not our money. While paying for labor, rent, payments and commissions, TDS has been deducted by us. Only if we pay this amount will they be getting tax credit, right? And as per the rules, we must deposit this amount with the government treasury within the specified time limit.
You mean I'm having the money and not pay? It's all locked up in business.
But sir, the people from whom we have deducted TDS are not going to keep quiet. They will ask for TDS certificates, and if we don't issue, they might complain to the income tax office. And in this regard, income tax authorities are very strict.
Section 48 states that anyone who does not deduct TDS or after deduction does not deposit TDS in time, then 30% of such expenditure will be disallowed.
One has to pay interest and penalty too. And if demand payments aren't made, there could be problems of prosecution as well.
Who pays your salary? Me? Or the income tax office? Non-stop you have been talking only about them? This is such a huge country. Lakhs and lakhs of companies are in business here. You mean to say that income tax office will find out which of the companies haven't remitted TDS? Even if they search with the binocular, they can't find us. Please leave. Don't keep worrying about it, okay?
Okay, sir.
My forefathers have played many games like this. Yeah. You mean PB Industries can be taken on like that? Huh?
You think you can play this game so easily? In fact, it's not so easy at all. After deducting TDS, if you haven't remitted the amount, then the income tax office will take stern action against you.
Neeraj, CCIT sir had called me. On PB Industries, there's a complaint. 50 lakhs TDS has been deducted and they haven't remitted. I have cross-checked the matter and the complaint is true.
Sir, I feel that under IT section 133A, we have to take immediate action on them.
Then go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Come, Sopan, sit down.
Yes, sir.
Have you got the file ready?
Sir.
We have to immediately conduct a survey.
Yes, sir. The file is ready, sir. As per provisions, your approval is needed.
Approval I shall give you right now.
Sir.
I want you to leave for the survey immediately.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
And yes, best of luck.
You're welcome, sir. Is Mr. Bagla there?
Where are you from?
We want to meet him on a business matter.
Okay, just a minute. Hello, sir. A gentleman has come to meet you. Okay, sir. 3rd floor, please.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Bagla. We are from the Income Tax Department.
Please sit down.
We have not come here to be seated. We are here to conduct TDS survey.
Kaushik, get Mr. Bagla to sign the survey authorization.
This is our survey authorization form. Read it thoroughly and sign it, please.
Okay, let's go. Wherever your books of accounts are, please produce them to us.
Yes. Please come.
Mr. Bagla, produce this year's and the last 3 years' books of accounts.
Our accounts are available in the computer. Please go through the computer. Hey, Iman,
Yes, sir.
take the classes.
Hey, where are you taking the bundle? Wait here. Open it. Open it.
This is it. It has last year's TDS deductions and all details pertaining to it. Mr. Bagla, please give us proof of your TDS remittances made at the government treasury.
Mr. Bagla, have you submitted your quarterly returns? Whosever TDS you have deducted, have you issued certificate?
Mr. Bagla, PB Industries has deducted 50 lakh rupees TDS last year and has not remitted it. What do you have to say to this?
Sir, it's my fault. I should have remitted the TDS on time. I promise you, I will make a payment of your entire demand. Just give me one chance, please.
Signature.
Mr. Bagla, please read and then sign.
It's all over for me. I have lost such a huge sum. Now I have to arrange 50 lakh rupees, and on top of it, I have to pay interest and penalty. And then, for not paying TDS made on expenditure, I have to pay tax on that amount too. And for non-payment of tax, I may be prosecuted also. Why didn't I listen to my secretary's advice and remit the TDS?
According to Section 226, notice can be issued to your bank or to your debtors and TDS can be recovered. If necessary, the tax recovery officer can auction your movable or immovable properties and recover the TDS too.
It's all over for me. I'm finished. I'm finished.
I understand all that. But tell me something. The income tax department collects so much taxes. Where does all the money go?
You're right. Really, what do they do then with so much money?
I pay tax, you please pay tax too. Because your contribution is very important for the development of the nation. Generation of power, infrastructure development, education, the development of women and underprivileged children, and even for the security of the nation. You must understand that we enjoy the benefits of the society as a citizen, and the income tax department has a lot to do with it. As a citizen, let's support the income tax department. We will help with the development of the nation. we will build the nation. Let's join hands in the progress and the building of our country.
Sir? Sir?
You were absolutely right. At the right time, if TDS had been deposited, I won't be in such a serious position now. So, now, whatever it is, deposit the amount. I mean, I too want to remit TDS on time and run the business peacefully. All this tension, and for what purpose? Now, make the payment immediately, please.
Very well, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, tell me. You know, I'm so happy I don't feel hungry at all. I'm not eating today. You know what? You come here. Let's go out for dinner. You remember my TDS was deducted, the excess tax? Income tax office has given me back with interest. You be here at 5, okay?
Sir, tea.
Hey Raju,
Yes, sir.
what's the matter? Today the tea is up to the brim?
Sir, earlier TDS had been deducted, but now TDS along with interest is being returned. And with more sugar.
The income tax department doesn't forget a thing.
Just as the sun, the all-pervading, benevolent, serene, and most majestic star, shines alone amidst the tens and thousands of stars, slowly taking the moisture from the earth, drop by drop, only to sprinkle back bountiful rains, so that the verdant valleys can thrive alongside dancing rivers in abundant sunshine. So are the affairs of the state, its people, and taxes.